Hey everyone, my name is Nathan Payne. Welcome back to another episode of Blu Ocean Crypto. Today, I want to cover some advanced tips and tricks for Monsterra to help you guys along your way. So without further ado, let's jump right in. First thing I think that's really important to talk about is how to get to the earnings in this game, because that's something that's actually a little bit tricky and can take a while. So the way that you do that is you actually need to always go through all of your daily quests. This is definitely the most important thing. Once you finish all of these, Daily Plus or Daily Quest Plus will open. That's going to allow you to exchange your points. And really the one that you want is the second one there on the left. It's got like the red to it. That'll actually give you generally a common NFT. And then what you do with that NFT is you come over here to the mag vault and you can exchange it. And that'll give you points, and then you're able to daily accumulate mag. And you can see I've got like 8 mag sitting here. You know, that's nothing really as far as earnings go, but I'm kind of just getting started with all of this. And basically you're burning your NFTs for points in these vaults or in these pools, and that's how the earnings actually work. Now, yes, you could sell the NFTs themselves on the marketplace for a small amount. That's another way that you can do it. But this is really the main method. So going through all your daily quests and your Daily Quest Plus, and then going to the exchange, that's the most important thing to do. Another important thing to note is that depending on your rarity of your Monsterras, you need the respective training grounds to be the same level rarity. So for example, you can see here I've got 2 legendary guys, 2 epic guys, and then a bunch of commons. So I had to get a legendary training grounds in order to be able to even use those. I mean, you can still use them, but you can't train troops if you don't have that. So that's something that's really important to note. You want to make sure that you don't want to buy a Monsterra of a high rarity and then realize, oh crap, I can't train the troops. I actually have to go buy the respective training grounds. So you can see I kind of got 2 common training grounds that I use just to get through my regular guys, and I'll always just kind of do this and cycle through the commons till it's done, and then I use that to train the main ones. Also, your land core does have a mag per hour, but there's a cap of how much it can hold. So you can see my storage cap is 1.3k. So that's why when I tap on it, it's 1.3. So you do want to be logging in consistently to get that. That's going to give you the S mag, which is up here on the top right. That is separate from regular mag. But S mag can be used to upgrade all of your things. And really, I find that upgrading buildings is actually the best way to level. So quite often I like, sometimes in the beginning there'll be a shop. I actually can't see it here anymore because I'm past my time. But there's a shop for the first like week or two, where you can use S-Mag to buy more farms, more training grounds. It's actually a good idea to do that, because then by leveling them up, you're going to level up faster. And you actually need level 11 in order to do the Daily Quests Plus. And then I think it wasn't until I got level 13 that I was able to actually get the 1,000 points that I needed to start getting the NFTs to burn into the pool. So it does take a little while. Another really important thing, don't ignore your low-level farms. Because, for example, if we come over here, it says hard worker produce 15 times a day. You can put multiple Mongans on one farm and it reduces the time. So you can see it's 2 minutes, 40 seconds up at the top. If I put one more, it goes to 2 minutes. Now, because I need to produce 15 times, I don't want to use the best farm to do that, because I'll show you guys an example. The best farm, the quickest production is 2 hours. I don't want to do that 15 times. So it's important to keep the low-level farms leveled up so that you can do the production as many times as you need to for the quest. But the high-level farm is important because sometimes there will be a Daily Plus quest that says produce 19,000 food. And the only way to do that, obviously, is with the higher tier there. So that's why I have both. Another important thing to remember is before you log off, make sure you put your Monsterras in your military camp, put them in your turret, and put them in your watchtower, because this is what's actually going to defend your base. If you don't do that, basically when people attack, it's going to be like you just won't have any defenses because your guys aren't manning it. Now you do have to remove them when you come back into the game, So when you relog in, you're going to have to detach them from all that so then you can go use somewhere else. And actually, let me take a look here. I am going to skip this because I want to show you guys, in my opinion, and probably the next most important thing. So you'll always be in adventure mode doing some of your quests, but quite often there's these other things like the boss challenge, Battlefront Arena, and Abyss Tower. And this is another really good place for earnings. So let's just go in here and we're going to do a match. I'm obviously going to include all my best guys. He's level 18 and then level 11. We're going to save. Now, they are, you can see attacker, defender. So I don't have anything for defender. That's okay. So this is the arena. It's in my attacking team. And then I probably should put some in the defenders. I think it might want me to put at least a few. Let's do that. And then save. So I'll just add these in here. Now, I don't have a full defense team, so that's okay. And I'll just say auto for that. And now that I'm in here, there's the leaderboard. So this is where you can actually earn the MSTR token. So it's very important to do this. You can see here's a bunch of different options I have here. Let's go after this guy. So make sure you're always keeping an eye on this because they don't have these always open. It's like they kind of control the pools and what can be released. So for like a week, there was basically no additional options. You just could only do the single player. But now that this is open, you obviously want to make sure you're on top of this. So let's just speed this up a little bit here. We'll go 2x. Victory, right? They didn't have anything. Now I got 30 trophies. Super easy example. Didn't really get to show you a match there. But basically the way it works is you're going to move along these tiers down at the bottom. You can earn additional rewards. You can buy this thing called a battle pass, essentially, which will help you out. Here's the rewards you can see. You know, first place gets 250 tokens and then some additional benefits. And it goes down significantly after that. It's not super competitive right now, meaning if you have a decent team, you can actually do pretty well in here. But yeah, make sure you're always checking out these to see if they're open so that you're not stuck only doing adventure, because that's really the only other way to level up. There is something called a lucky wheel, which I wanted to talk to you guys about. I like doing this, but it's basically like gambling, I guess you could say. You know, you take a certain amount, you use it, you've got a chance to get more. Sometimes it's been helpful when I needed food, but obviously I'm sure the odds are not totally in your favor, so be careful with that. Another important tip is you've got to detach your guys in order to use them. So you can see how I have those two attached there. If I don't detach them, I'm not going to be able to use them in other things. But actually, I do need to attach them to the habitats. So that's fine. So for example, let me show you here. We'll attach this guy here. If I use him there, you can see him on the map. He's not going to be available for my battle mode, for the arena, for anything else, for production if I need to. So you always want to keep an eye on where your guys are. And you can always bring up these buttons down at the bottom, like habitats, to see who's on where, farms to see if anything's going on, and just make sure you're always removing them. Now, another tip, there's the hatchery. This is where you can make soul cores. I don't really spend too much time bothering with this because I find it's better just to buy the best Mongans, worrying about trying to breed them, but I do know a lot of people like this. You can breed over here. It's kind of expensive in my opinion. I'll give you an example. Let's just show you with two cheap ones. You know, it's going to cost 600 SMAG in 3 hours. That's probably worth it because we're using SMAG. So why don't I do this just for an example? I'll show you guys here. And now we got to wait 3 hours. However, if I want to use my legendary or my epic ones, it's going to cost real mag, right? So then there is costs associated with that. There's also these things called miracles, which you can unlock by doing certain beginner quests. These will give you kind of permanent bonuses to your bases and your troops. Always keep an eye on that. That's really important. And that's really most of it. You know, make sure you're always equipping your guys to your base before you log out. Track them on the bottom right with the army, habitats, and farms so that you can put them in the right places to use for arena and use for the other battles. You know, make sure you're doing the quests. Get to level 11 so you can unlock the daily quest plus. That's what's going to let you start getting those daily NFTs. which then you're going to essentially burn. I mean, you can use them if you want, but the idea to get the earnings out of this game is you need to burn them into these Meg Vault pools so that you can start collecting daily Meg. And those are really the best tips I've got for you guys when playing this game. Just want to say thanks to everyone who subscribed to the channel. It really means a lot to us. We appreciate it. And of course, appreciate anyone who's going to smash that like button. We'll see y'all in the next video. Cheers.